Hi guys, welcome back to my computing corner, and today we're going to be doing the analysis of OS X Yosemite, and already I can see some differences on the screen which I'll get to share with you as well. One of them, the first thing I've noticed is we've got a different font for the interface, and that's going to be the title. That's going to be the text of the title that I use, the font of it, because our font match what's going on. But there's some other things as well that I want to show you as well, and some new apps that have been introduced into this version as well, and some very exciting news I'd like to share with you as well by the end of this video. Something exciting's coming up, and I just can't wait to share it with you. But join me back in a bit, and I will take you on an adventure around the ins and outs of what's going on with OS X Yosemite. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys, and you've just joined me at the desktop of Yosemite. And first off, I just want to have a look at what we've got to offer on here. So we've got a few more utilities, where last time when we was on Mavericks I only had 3 utilities. Now I've got 6. We've got the usual Pappy games as well. I'll show you one of them. We've got 12 games as well, and the usual, and I've got Logic Pro as well with the suite, Apple Suite. And then we've got Office 2011. So let's start, as I usually would do, with a game of chess and see how I go from here.
Pawn g2 to g3.
Pawn d7 to d5.
Pawn h2 to h3.
Bishop c8 takes h3.
Bishop f1 takes h3.
Pawn e7 to e6.
I'll do the usual moves first.
Knight g1 to f3.
Knight b8 to c6.
Knight f3 to h4.
Queen d8 takes h4.
Pawn g3 takes h4.
Knight g8 to f6.
Right, and now I'll do something different. Let's start here first.
Pawn d2 to d3.
Bishop f8 to b4. Check.
Well, that was a bad move.
Pawn c2 to c3.
Bishop b4 takes c3. Check.
Pawn b2 takes c3.
Castle king side.
Yeah, as you would. I'm going to do the same.
Castle king side.
Knight c6 to d4.
Yeah, you can kiss your
Pawn c3 takes d4.
knight bye-bye.
Knight f6 to e4.
And
Pawn d3 takes
knight as well.
e4.
Pawn d5 takes e4.
And
Bishop c1 to a3.
Pawn c7 to c5.
yeah, I'm going to take that pawn with
Pawn
the pawn.
d4 takes c5.
Pawn e4 to e3.
Pawn f2 takes e3.
Rook a8 to d8.
I'm not going to lose my queen.
Queen d1 to a4.
Rook d8 to d2.
Knight b1 takes d2.
Rook f8 to d8.
Let's put you there for a
Queen
moment.
a4 takes a7.
Rook d8 takes d2.
Queen a7 to a8. Check.
Rook d2 to d8.
Checkmate.
Yeah. Pawn, queen a8. Queen a8 takes d8. Let's try again.
Pawn G2 to G3.
Pawn D7 to D5.
Pawn H2 to H3.
Bishop C8 takes H3.
Bishop F1 takes H3.
Pawn E7 to E6.
Knight G1 to F3.
Knight B8 to C6.
This game goes much faster when
Knight F3 to
you're up against an
H4.
easy computer.
Queen D8 takes H4.
Pawn G3 takes H4.
Knight G8 to F6.
Knight B1 to C3.
Knight C6 to D4.
Knight C3 to A4.
Knight D4 takes E2.
Yeah,
Queen
there we
D1
go.
takes E2.
Knight F6 to E4.
Knight A4 to C5.
Bishop F8 takes C5.
Well, I've just lost a knight. I've lost both my knights actually.
Queen E2 to B5. Check.
Pawn C7 to C6.
Queen B5 takes B7.
Bishop C5 takes F2. Check.
Can't take it.
King E1 to D1.
Knight E4 takes D2.
King D1 takes D2.
Bishop F2 takes H4.
Right, let's put you into check.
Queen B7 takes A8. Check.
Bishop H4 to D8.
Queen A8 takes A7.
Pawn F7 to F5.
And
Rook H1 to G1.
Pawn G7 to G5.
Queen A7 to G7.
Pawn H7 to H5.
Queen G7 takes H8.
King
Check.
E8 to D7.
Rook G1 takes G5.
Bishop D8 takes G5.
right, I've
Check.
just, yeah. So not only have I lost a rook, but I'm also been put into check.
King D2 to C3.
Bishop G5 takes C1.
Rook A1 takes C1.
Pawn E6 to E5.
Rook C1 to G1.
King D7 to D6.
Queen H8 to H6.
King
Check.
D6 to C5.
Queen H6 takes H5.
Pawn F5 to F4.
Queen H5 takes E5.
Pawn F4 to F3.
Pawn A2 to A4.
Pawn F3 to F2.
With my rook there.
Rook G1 to
What's
H1.
this?
Pawn F2 to F1. Promoting to queen.
Rook H1 takes F1.
King C5 to B6.
Rook F1 to F7.
King B6 to C5.
Queen E5
Check.
to E7. Check.
King C5 to B6.
Queen E7 to D8.
King
Check.
B6 to C5.
Pawn A4 to A5.
Pawn D5 to D4. Check.
King C3 to B3.
Pawn D4 to D3.
Pawn C2 takes D3.
King C5 to B5.
Rook
Put my
F7
rook
to
there.
A7.
King B5 to C5.
That protects my
Pawn
pawn.
A5 to A6.
King C5 to B5.
Queen D8 to B8. Check.
King B5 to C5.
Rook A7 to C7.
King C5 to D4.
Pawn A6 to A7.
King D4 takes D3.
Pawn A7 to A8, promoting to queen.
King D3 to D4.
Queen B8 to D8. Check.
King d4 to e4.
Rook c7 to e7. Check.
King e4 to f3.
Queen a8
Yeah, this
takes
is going to be
c6.
promising.
Check.
King f3 to f4.
Queen c6 to f6. Check.
King f4 to g3.
Queen d8 to h8.
King g3 to h2.
Bishop h3 to e6.
King
Check.
h2 to g2.
Checkmate.
Yeah, there's a good way to do a checkmate. Queen, rook, queen. Even if you had 3 rooks, it would have still been checkmate. So let's come out of that because you can promote to another queen in chess. Now let's do a quick game of Minesweeper. Now I know that sometimes you say that it's a bit loud. The bomb's a bit loud, like that. Shouldn't have done that. Shoot! Try again. Well, that didn't help. I love the steel pans though. Yeah, that didn't help. Right, try again. At least I got them all right. I didn't see that coming. I don't think any of us did. Right, one more. It's got to be them two. Again, it's got to be them two. Okay. That one's wrong. I'll do one more. Right, I'm coming out of that now. If it will let me. And then, got a new game I want to show you as well. Yeah, I'm still recording, that's good. Doodle God. See if anyone recognises this game. So do fire and earth.
Inspirational.
Gives me lava. don't want to use a hint. Let's do air and air, which I can't do. Air and earth, no. Air and lava, no. Air and water.
You've got talent.
Make seeds. Right, let's go air and earth.
Oh, wondrous day.
Gives you dust. Of course it does. Got air and air, air and dust, air and steam. That gives you dust, air and lava.
Very nice indeed.
Gives you stone. How about air and stone?
Very nice indeed.
And sand. Air and sand. I just need to remind myself as to where I've got air and air. No, no, no. I've done all those. Done all those as well. Let's do air and water. Steam. There we go. Earth and dust. No. Earth and steam. Sand and dust. Sand and steam. Stone and steam. Earth and fire. Would have given me lava. A storm. What about... I wonder what happened. Well, stone and stone gives you... Nice. Got similar to similar. Let's do water and water. Air to air, dust to dust, steam to steam. Earth to earth, sand to stone, stone to stone. Which we've done. Practice makes perfect. Water and water. Right, well that's as far as I can go with this. I wonder if I go dust and air. Dust and steam. What about dust and earth? Dust and sand. Dust and fire.
Oh, wondrous day.
Gives you ash. And we have to dust and no dust and water, steam and water, no. Well, that's interesting, but I don't want to do it. But yeah, I think I'm going to come out of that for now. Because otherwise I'm just going to be wasting too much time just working out combinations. Let's have a card game as well while I'm thinking about it. And let's customize that as what I've got now. And then we have, let's do the wallpaper. I'm going to do this one as well. And then we'll have a look at if I can do this. I should be able to. Got a king there as well. Talk about some serious progress. I haven't even touched that pile yet, although I think I'm going to have to at some point. Yeah, I'm going to have to at some point. I think this is where I'm going to have to start. Using the pile. 7. No, can't use it. No. 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 Got that though. That will work well. And then we've got a red 9 of diamonds. 5. Takes care of that. And there's a 4 there with a 3. Put the 4 there. Time to dig into the pile again. Oh, look at that. Talk about serious progress there. Right. Let's do that. That's got an ace. No. No, can't use it. Can use the 4 though. That 4 though. Use that 8 as well. Takes care of that. Nice. And then we've got an 8 for the 9. No, not yet. Two. No. 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 Two of hearts. I do want to get that 6 out of the way because I've got a king there which I need to. A couple of kings I want to put into that. 4 of hearts. 6 goes down there, followed by that 5 and 4. 8. No, can't use it. 4. Can't use that either. Ace. 8 there. King. 5. 10. No. King. Jack. 2. I think I'm going to go for a black king. In this scenario. Now I'm going to go for black king in this scenario because I've got a couple of queens that are blocking cards. I've got a couple of red queens that are blocking cards. And one of them could be critical. But that will work. That's followed up by a black king, which is what I needed. And there we go. 7, no, not yet. Black queen, no. Now I can. 5. Ah, there we go. That's what I needed. Too bad I don't have any black 9s to back that up. Now I want to go for I will go for that king. Probably not a good idea that I did that though. Although having said that, we've got that blocking a card. I'm just thinking about something because you can move cards off the top piles once they've been sent up. That gives me an idea. Now I've got that king freed up. Put that 6 down there. Then we've got a king freed up as well. Got a 3 of hearts. There's a 9. There's a jack. 10 diamonds. Queen of diamonds, which I'm just going to stick there. 8. Managed it. I managed it finally. There's one thing I do want to look at, and that is I've got Logic Pro, and iPhoto works as well. Although this is the last full system to support iPhoto. I say it's the last one. You can use it up to Mojave, but that's about it because you've then got the photos up there. which then phases out iPhoto. But let's do a quick Pappy game. This was first introduced into Snow Leopard. That was incredibly close. See how well I do here. That was incredibly close as well. Got 5,000 points. Getting faster as well, as you'd expect. Can I keep going until 10,000 points? That's the next question. No, 7,739. Got all of those. Right, let's restart. Do another quick game of this. You'd always be guaranteed at least 100 points. So I'm up to 4,000. It's 5,000. Now, hopefully I'll be able to do another 7,500. No. Get rid of that. And do Pappy River. Left and right keys to move. I like the fact that these scores count up really fast. Eight thousand points. I could easily get 10,000 at this rate. I've got 10,000 points. Although this river's getting very violent and much, much narrower. Not narrow enough to stop me from getting 15,000, or violent enough for that matter. Got 20,000 points. But this is getting very complicated. And quite quickly too now, I must add. 25,000 points. Yeah, that wasn't giving me any luck. But I've got fast mode on here as well. 26,463 points. Don't think you'd be able to submit the scores though, because they're old. Let's have a look at Logic Pro. Spent about 4 or 5 hours installing all the loops. And then we've got over 20,000 of them as well. Seven things you can do here. I've also noticed that we've gone back to a 2D dock. Also, on a Retina MacBook with OS X Yosemite and later, if you run this on a Retina MacBook, the startup screen will be black. I thought I'd done this. You've reverted me back to what? You've reverted me back to default. Right, let me just. Right, let's get rid of that and the locators. I need the key signature as well. Get rid of mixer as well. Didn't need the quick hub either. Get rid of solo, get rid of click. That'll do it. And let's do audio. So I'll show you the loops that we've got. Once it hurries up and loads. And I reckon yeah, no. I want that's better. I'll leave that as is. So you go up to 10,000 bars. So do bar 9. Add in a beat. Yeah, let's do the sweep beat. Sweeper beat. See what this sounds like. Go back to the beginning as well. It's one of my favourite mixes. I also think, let's go to bar 33. This would be a good idea. The tambourine hit that. There we go. I like the look of that. I like the sound of that as well. Pardon me. And then I'm going to come out of that. There'll be the start of a new song as well, which I'll do in my music corner. We're going to do iWeb as well, but I'm going to use a specific one device for that. So you can then see progress all in one place. iDVD. This is what this looks like. Well, what version this is. Going to widescreen as well. It says my great DVD. Chances are that's probably what I'm going to end up calling it. Just as an example, I just want to see what version we're running. Seven 7.1. And then there's another thing I want to show you as well. Because the About This Mac thing's had an update as well. because not only does it show you what system you're running and the version number, so 10.10.5, but it also shows you what MacBook you've got, although it's not showing me anything specifically. Shows you your storage and what you're using. There's your memory. And there's a display as well. 1280 by 800. So that's had an upgrade. I wonder actually how many processor cores this MacBook has. One. I got one processor with 2 cores. But let's do one more thing on here, and then I'll just wrap everything up. Super hexagon.
Super hexagon.
I just want to see, yeah, I'm still recording, so yeah, I just wanted to double check that I'm still recording.
Super hexagon.
Yeah, I've got 58.1 here. Let's see if I can get that. But this is going much slower. Probably because my graphics are struggling here.
Line.
But who am I kidding? This gives me much more time to control the game. Music's still going at the same speed though.
Line.
And now down to a pentagon. That's gone down to a square.
Square.
Normally if there aren't any gaps like that, it will extend out. And going back down to a square.
Pentagon.
I might be able to get a hexagon out of this.
Game over.
Well, until I do that.
Again.
I've also noticed that the music starts in different stages, a different section, so it doesn't feel samey-jamey, plainy-jamey.
Line.
I've always had the knack of speaking too soon.
Trying.
That bit I usually struggle with. Now, normally if there are 2 gaps, they would go down.
Square.
But normally when there's 2 gaps, you're losing a side, unless you're a pentagon, and you sometimes lose the side regardless.
Game over.
So, bear me one moment.
Begin.
Right, one more game.
Line.
Notice the progress bar as well, which then leads up to your high score. So you get line at 10 seconds, you get triangle at 20 seconds, you get square at 30 seconds, pentagon at 45 and hexagon at 60. I think I should have stayed where I was.
Square.
Now, if you became a square at that stage, that would have been quite a tight squeeze. That was incredibly close. You're going to extend that to a pentagon. Am I going to make it to the end of the song? Back to a hexagon.
Pentagon.
I did make it to the end of the song. And then it repeats itself. I can stay where I am.
Excellent. Hexagon.
Now we're back to normal speed. Now I've got 1 minute and 10 seconds out of this. But I beat that high score as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah, a new hyper mode is available. Yeah. Hexagonist. Hyperhexagon. I wonder what this will do. See how long I'll last here.
Line.
Hyperhexagon.
Triangle.
This requires you to be alert and on your toes, particularly when it's full
Game
speed.
over.
I've got 24 seconds though. Hyperhexagon. Let's come out of that. And join me back in a bit because I'm going to announce something very exciting that's coming up very, very soon. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. And yeah, something very exciting that's coming up. We've got a brand new keynote announcing the new system. So we've got iOS 27 being announced along with iPadOS 27 and watchOS and macOS. By which at that point I'll be ready then to upgrade everything to the betas when they come out, because I go for the developer betas. So anything that can run a beta will run a beta, particularly as far as my stuff goes. And I'll be sure to keep you all updated on that as well. Another thing I've noticed also is that when you want to maximize something, that that capability's been moved over to one of the buttons, and that will maximize the screen, all of them as well. And Yosemite introduced dark mode as well. Hence, I think that would explain why you get a black screen in All Retina Max if you have one and you're running Yosemite and later. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.